Pensacola, Florida for the Sun Belt Conference Championship, which gets underway shortly. And full disclosure here, it's a conference I haven't bet too much, but I've done some research on. And as you take a look at this bracket, pretty standard looking bracket here for the Sun Belt. You know, some of the teams, the 1 seed, the 2 seed, things like that. And then let's take a look at the odds here. And you'll notice this is another one of those conferences. The 1 seed is not the favorite. And so there's potentially some value elsewhere. And that's certainly something we'll get into, as there's some interesting sneaky teams potentially in this conference. Let's start out with the 1 seed, though. Texas State, 21-6, 12-3 in conference. They've won 9 straight, and they're just a very slow-paced team that's very efficient. They're the best three-point shooting team in conference play, the second best free throw shooting team, 5th from two-point land, but it's their defense that has let them down a little bit. They are 10th in defending the 2. I think that could be a little bit of an issue here and why they're not the favorite despite being the 1 seed, 4th at defending the 3. Now, when you look at their conference losses, they lost way back to Troy back on December 30th, but they were without 4 guys, including Mason Harrell in that one, so you can kind of throw that one out a little bit. They lost 67-60 at Arkansas State. They lost 70-58 at UT Arlington. It's a good number 1, but there's some places that you can poke holes in them, so I don't necessarily think they're going to win here. The 2 seed is Appalachian State. They're 18-13, 12-6 in conference, though they went 4-4 down the stretch, so they're not exactly a hot team. And offensively, 12th in the free throw line. That's huge because this conference has a lot of close games, and they're 10th shooting the 2. The thing that they're pretty good at is defending the three-pointer. And also, you may remember, this is the same Appalachian State team with a lot of guys. They went 4 games in 4 days last year in this tournament, so there is some mystique here surrounding the Mountaineers, but I just don't think they can get it done. They've lost a lot of games. They got swept by Troy. Common thread here. Troy has a win over Texas State. They have 2 wins over Appalachian State. The sneaky teams, I know it's going to be weird here because you're going to be like, you're listing a bunch of them, but let's go rapid fire here. The 3 seed Georgia State, they've won 7 straight. Their offensive numbers are ugly, but they're a senior-laden team, and they're very talented, and they're starting to play like the squad that we think they're going to be. Problem is they're the favorite in this conference, and that's very interesting. South Alabama is a team I would have loved if not for an injury in that game to Chandler. They won 4 of their last 6. They're another senior-laden team. And then Troy, we've already shown that they've beaten Appalachian State. They've beaten Texas State. I think there might be a little bit of value here with Troy. So my recommendation is pick your favorite Sun Belt team. If you've bet on this conference more than I have, you certainly are familiar. I think Georgia State's got a chance. I think Troy's got a chance. Texas State's got a chance. There's some value here. I would not bet on App State, and I would not bet on South Alabama with that injury in that last contest. So there is some value here, and this should be one of the more intriguing tournaments in terms of being wide open. You can check out my work at sportsmemo.com. I am Mid-Major Met. As always, thanks for joining us.